and welcome. You're watching Expert-o-meter on NewsX, where we bring you an in-depth analysis of the prevailing political scenario in Bihar ahead of the next polls. Experts decode the number game ahead of the highly anticipated Bihar Assembly elections, which will take place on the 6th and 11th of November, and the counting will take place on the 14th of November. So what do the trends suggest, and how is this going to impact the final outcome? The Expert-o-meter gives you a daily pulse check of how veteran analysts, thinkers and journalists predict where the election is headed. Let me begin with Sumit Peer with us on NewsX. Sumit, let's bring you on our screens and put your numbers out there for our viewers. Sumit Peer predicting an emphatic victory for the NDA. He's predicting 140 to 150 seats for the NDA, 90 to 100 for the Mahagathbandhan, and 3 to 5 for the others. Sumit, I open up this conversation first for you to explain what brings you to these numbers.
Devika ji, namaskar, and thank you very much for having me on your show. Well, when you look at the numbers, look, after the Mahagathbandhan seat sharing arrangement is not there, after the recent things which have turned up in the Bihar politics, after it's a matter of time the charges will be filed against Tejasvi Yadav. It's a matter, we know that the Rahul Gandhi factor has not worked. We know that that the OAC factor has really prevailed, wherein he says why 19% Muslims cannot get a deputy chief minister, which is a very prevalent and important question. And we know that Mr. Sani is not very happy with the scheme of things. And when we look at all those factors, the only X factor which was there was Tejasvi Yadav. And if you think Tejasvi Yadav can alone pull it on, it's not going to happen. Yeah, he has been 20 years out of the power. He is very desperate to get back to the power. But even in that minute 80-90 months stint as a deputy chief minister of Bihar, we have seen how the things have happened. And nobody has forgotten that Zameen Lo Nokri Do. I mean, that was a scam which happened yesterday. It is not a scam which his father did, 20 years back or all. Jungle Raj, nobody has forgotten in Bihar. Nobody has forgotten Jungle Raj in Bihar. You might have problems with Nitish Babu. You are not able, development should be here, it is here. That is there, anti-incumbency is there. But who is your competitor? Who is your best bet? So if you want to dump Nitish Babu and Modi ji, and you want to go to Tejasvi and Rahul Gandhi, well, that is not an option which Biharis want. And Biharis are very smart people. They understand politics. They might have grievances. They might have all the heartburns. But when it comes to casting their vote, they sensibly know where it is going to vote. And even within the Yadavs and all, it is not a stranglehold of Lallu Yadav anymore. He had it once upon a time. But, with Modi ji campaigning, Amit Shah ji campaigning, and the BJP's, guarantee in it, I think the people have the tendency in any election to believe Modi ji more than any other leader. Because if Modi says something, it will be done. Thoda aage hoga, thoda piche hoga, it will be done. On the contrary, and there's one more thing. Now, today, BJP and NDA are equal partners. Sorry, JDU are equal partners. It's not JDU is here, BJP is here. So, and it is but natural, whoever gets the maximum seats will have the chief minister.
Okay,
so it's not also that, it is by default Nitish Babu is the chief minister. So that question is also partially answered.
No, but
and if I
Yes, but Sumit, I do want to understand from you. When you say JDU and BJP are neck and neck as far as numbers are concerned, yes, that may be true for the Lok Sabha, but that's certainly not true for the Assembly.
No, what I mean, they are contesting equal number of seats.
Okay,
I mean,
right.
the JDU had to have an advantage, big brother advantage. Now
Right.
the seats they are contesting is equal number, so it's a fair chance. If BJP gets more seats, but naturally BJP will have the right to have the chief minister. If JDU gets more seats, then obviously it will be a JDU face. But I can tell you, I mean, after 20 years being in power, look, what does BJP do in Gujarat and other states and all? They do keep on changing the people. There is some amount of anti-incumbency against Nitish Babu, but honestly, Nitish Babu is not a corrupt politician. He's an honest man. He's not a Gotale-baz and Gaple-baz. He has not done multiple scams in his life. And let's not forget one thing, Devika ji, still the very few politicians get convicted in India. And one of the politicians who has got convicted in India is Shriman Lalu Prasad Yadav ji. We cannot go away with that fact. He might be out on medical grounds or whatever, but you cannot go away with that. You cannot, and if you look at his own brother,
fair enough.
faction empty. There's a problem.
Fair enough, but Sumit, at the same time, does a Tejasvi Yadav not have the opportunity to actually rebrand himself and rebrand his party as well?
Look, he had these opportunities 10 years back. But his all politics has been that jati based, his all politics has been appeasement based. You remember the last election, Devkaji, when I think we were discussing when he was in that helicopter and he was saying, Hum ye machli laye hai, Navratras were going on. If you're trying to do those things, they are kind of hitting the sentiment of the majority community. And if you still talk of
Yes.
Yadav, when BJP talks, they don't talk of Yadav. They don't talk of Jat, Kurmi, they don't talk of anybody. They talk for holistic development. Unfortunately, it was too late for Tejasvi to get rid of his father's brand of politics and to remerge himself. Look, Chirag Paswan did that. Chirag Paswan did that to a great extent and successfully. But unfortunately, Tejasvi could not do it. I mean, he's still sticking. He's trying to be, alter between the two from seat to seat,
Okay.
saying where does it fit best. Well, he doesn't have his own individual political identity. He's soon seen as Uttar Adhikari of Lalu Prasad Yadav ji. But
Okay.
if you look at Chirag Paswan today, he's an identity. He has his own identity now. You have to give him credit there.
Okay, Sumit, before I let you go, one last question and quickly your thoughts. You've raised this point that whoever between the BJP and the JDU gets more seats will have the right to decide the next chief minister. But the BJP is fighting the elections, clearly stating that we're doing this and we're standing behind JDU and Nitish Kumar. The Home Minister himself, Amit Shah himself, has said it.
If you look at currently the BJP strategy, they're saying we as NDA are going and fighting the elections. Right now, the chief minister is Nitish Babu. It's his leadership. But eventually, I know Devkaji, when the numbers come out, let's say the numbers are 70-40, then obviously it is the political mathematics. It is a given. At the end of the day, there's no free lunch. If I have 70, you have 40, then there's no discussion. If you are neck to neck, आगे
Yeah.
पीछे की बात हो सकती है. But if the numbers are so contrasting, then that is the itch of Janta Janardhan. That is what the Janta wants. So you have, in a democracy, you have to respect the will of the people. And Modi ji is a very staunch leader. He understands the pulse of the ground.
Okay.
And if will of the Janta is like that, then even Nitish Babu has to accept it gracefully. Though again, he is not a corrupt man. He is a very honest man. He is not a scamster like others. But with due course of time, people might want to see that change, might want to see a BJP chief minister and test how much can Modi ji deliver through a BJP chief minister. That
Okay,
is a challenge.
interesting. That's a very interesting perspective.